Good day. We continue with economics, chapter 5, types of economy. When we talk about economy, we're talking about, stop right in place. When we talk about an economy is a system that is trying to solve the basic economic problem. So there's a problem, which is scarcity, in every economy, every country. So we try to solve that problem. So that economy is trying to solve the basic economic problem. That's what an economy is. So here I wrote, an economy is a system that is trying to solve the basic economic problem, which I just said now. The problem is scarcity, which we already know, right? We already know it's scarcity, right? Great. So the economic problem of scarcity needs to be resolved, and that brings about the economic question. We already know there's a problem. So to solve this problem, we need to ask ourselves what to do. And this brings about the economic questions of what to do, how to do, for whom to produce to. What to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce to. We think about what to produce. Oh, what does this economy really need? The type of resources the economy needs in terms of product or service. That is what to produce. How to produce, the process. Yes, yeah, we took it. When we started talking about scarcity, we took it here. Yeah. So how to produce, the process through which we get these resources to those who need it. Who are those that need it? For whom to produce to? The consumers. I think these ones are clear, right? Yeah. Great. That is not where we're going. We're going to the economic system. So why do we call it a system? We call it a system because it's a setting, it's a structure that is trying to solve the same economic problem. So here I wrote, economic system. This is a network which comprises of individuals, organizations, and institutions which are trying to solve the economic problem. So the problem of scarcity does not only affect governments, it affects individuals, it affects firms. But how it affects us vary. So that is what we need to understand. There's scarcity, we have to make choices, there's opportunity cost. I have to make a choice, you have to make a choice, everybody has to make a choice. So each of us has a problem of scarcity that we need to solve. So economic problem is not just going to be based on individuals or firms or governments. It affects all economic agents. And when we talk about economic agents, we're talking about individuals, firms, and governments. Do we get economic system here? So there's a system. So this network is not just for individuals, it's for firms, it's for governments. Because every individual, every economic agent must solve the economic question of what, who, and how. Do we get it, please? So here we have economic system. I said it, I talked about it. Then for individuals, what are individuals? Who are individuals? Individuals are consumers and workers. Consumers, they buy goods or services. Workers, they make money through services they render. At the end of it all, they need to make choice about what to consume, what not to consume, about what they have in terms of income, about what they have to spend. So their level of income will determine what they can spend, yes or no? So income will determine their consumption. So these are for individuals. Do we understand individuals here? Consumers and workers, they are all individuals. They have to also decide what, for whom, and how. Then for groups, when we talk about groups, we're talking about institutions themselves too. We have political parties. When we talk about political parties, we're talking about politicians having to set up a group so that they can rule the society, so that they can control the economic resources. They do that through politics. And what is politics? Politics is a process through which we get what, when, and how. What? The type of political allocation of resources. How? The process through which these resources will be allocated, and when. The time which these resources will be allocated. That's why every now and then there's always a tenure which politicians will be in government and leave government. Please stop that and focus. There's always going to be a time you elect them into office, and there's going to be a time they leave the office. Yes or no? Yes. So those times that they are being elected into the office, they go through what they need to do at that point in time. And at the end of it all, as soon as their tenure is done, they leave, other people will come in to continue ruling the economy. So that is about politics and political party. We have politics because there's going to be political party. Political party talks about different interests, different ideas, different knowledge of people in their own ways, which they believe they can rule the society. So political parties are there to ensure that they can get power, they can have that power to rule the society. They want both economic and political power. So that's for political parties. Now we talk about firms. They are still part of institutions. They produce goods and services. They also need to allocate resources. Then we have the charities, the non-trading organizations. Their own aim is to make society a better place. So they are still part of allocation of resources because they have to make choices too. Do we get it, please?
Yes.
So for groups, we're talking about groups, institutions that also have to think about how to allocate resources. Political party, firms, non-charities, whoever it is, whatever institution you have, you also have to face the economic problem, which you need the economic questions for. Are they clear?
Yes.
Then government. We already know what government is. The institution that controls or governs the society. They also allocate resources. But when they have to allocate resources, they do it through policies. So government will come up with policies, government will come up with laws, regulations in order to allocate resources. Do we understand government here? Do you understand government?
Yes.
Yes.
So both government groups, individuals are all faced with the problem of scarcity and they have to allocate resources. Clear? Good. So go to allocation of resources. For allocation of resources, resources can be allocated through the market mechanism and planning. When we talk about market mechanism, we're talking about that system, that structure that decides about the price. It's about the pricing system. So the market mechanism for demand and supply. So whenever you hear the word market mechanism, yes?
What's the meaning of mechanism?
Mechanism are system, structure, things, tools. So for the market mechanism, we're talking about demand and supply. So the demand and supply will determine the price in the market. So the market forces of demand and supply will decide price. So that's why I wrote here, through market mechanism. The market mechanism brings together buyers and sellers who are agreeing on the price for the product. So the market mechanism will determine the price the product will be sold. So as soon as the price is set, then there's always going to be an equilibrium price. What is equilibrium price? Sit down properly, please. What is equilibrium price? Equilibrium price is the price of agreement between demand and supply. So it means the market forces for demand and supply have come together to reach a conclusion on what price they will sell. Because if they don't sell at that price, consumers will not buy. So that is what price or market mechanism is. Market mechanism is a system, is an institution, is a structure.